Hello, friends, and welcome to Pathologic, Volume 11, Episode 11. It is Supersized Day, which means we have an oldie but goodie. Today it is Lits, a great little puzzle, and today it is a great big puzzle. And let's get a reminder first of the rules. Lits is a puzzle that is named after the four shapes that we will be drawing in the grid. The rules are: shade one tetromino of cells in each region, so that all shaded cells form one orthogonally connected area. So let's do a couple definitions here. A tetromino is just a connected set of four cells. So for example, this is an S shape, this is an L shape, this is a T shape, and so on. Orthogonally connected area is just a way of saying in this kind of grid that you can get from any shaded cell to any other shaded cell by only traveling through shaded cells in the grid. Two tetrominoes of the same shape may not share a bold border, counting rotations and reflections as the same. So this S here could not connect to another S anywhere in the grid or across one of these borders. We're going to have exactly one tetromino in each bold bordered area, and this L could not be touching another L, even reflected. No 2x2 region may be entirely shaded. That is just saying that given any four cells in the grid that make a little square, at least one of them must be unshaded. Sometimes we use region to mean a set of cells that are bordered by a bold border like this. In this instance, region is just saying any 2x2, even if there's a bold border inside them. Those are the rules of Lits, so it's time to solve a puzzle. This supersized Lits was set by Eric Fox. I like to look for the smallest regions I can find in a Lits, and especially paths that are one cell wide are fruitful, which I see we have all the way around the outside. So no matter how we fill in four of these 6 cells, we will have these two shaded, and we can repeat that around here. These are all 6 long. Looks like they might be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, looks like they're all 6 long. So the middle 2 are always going to be shaded in any of those. And continuing that, this one is also 6 long. And that is extra interesting because we've formed some things that might be 2x2s if we're not careful. So those aren't shaded, which forces the direction of both of these. Now, we can do a lot of different things that I see. I think I want to look at this one next. If we were to shade this cell, it would come down here and shade these two, giving us a 2x2. So we certainly can't include either of these cells in whatever's going on here, because if we did, that would have to extend in one direction or the other, forming a 2x2. So that takes these two out, actually, of this whole region. It's an easier way to see what it was going to do from the end, because these 3 aren't enough for a 4-cell region, so none of those are shaded. So we get these 3 at minimum, and one more in one direction or the other. This one's not shaded. This one is too big to make an immediate deduction on. We probably can do something with this. This is nice and small. We're going to have those 3 shaded for certain. And this one. Okay, let's think about it. We can't shade both of these because of these 2. If we left this one out, we'd be left with these 4, which is a valid shape. if we left this one out, we would have to do these four or these four. So we are going to shade one of these two. We can't leave them both out. So again, if this is left out, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we get these three. And if this is left out, we're going to get this shape exactly. So these two are common across those two possibilities. Must be shaded. In this one, we probably have something similar going on. It's a little larger, but if I leave all three of these out, we can do that, but that forms a 2 by 2. So I can't leave all three of these out. And if I leave less than all three of them, this one's going to be shaded no matter what. Can we leave both of these unshaded? That would force these. Can't be these because we couldn't make a 2 by 2. So we would need to include that one, which means we would be in that shape, which isn't immediately disqualifying. Okay. So that's shaded. We know that. Where can we look next? At first I thought this was going to be a really easy puzzle, and then it slowed down quickly. Here we can't shade this because we'd form a 2 by 2. Probably have some more of that style of deduction. We can't shade this because we'd be these four and make a 2 by 2. Same deal here. Same deal here with these two. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be bad. So we can't shade either of those. Then we're up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this becomes a problem. So those two are unshaded. Now we have less certainty. But that gives us a nice border, or a nice buffer of unshaded cells. There's got to be a connectivity argument to be had, or adjacent shapes. We haven't looked at adjacent shapes yet. If this becomes shaded, we get 4 in an eye tetromino, but that would be touching this eye, so we can't do that. So these come over here. They've got to touch something, so it's got to come up to there. It's got to touch here, giving us an eye here, and that has to continue on, which gives us this whole region now. This is unshaded. This comes out this way. Great. These have to come up through here, which gives us this eye, which continues here for an S. Avoid the 2 by 2. This has to continue. This is falling apart. That's what I needed to look at earlier. And this needs to continue on. It can only do that through this gap. Void the 2 by 2, make it a tetromino. Here we keep on going up. We keep on coming out here and escaping. This can't go straight because it would be an eye next to an eye. So it's got to have at least something that isn't straight, which is going to have to come from there. So these are unshaded. And comes up through here to one of these becomes shaded touching one of these. We talked about that already, but now that we know this one's unshaded, this becomes easier because we know it's not both of these, but it's at least one of them. That gives us 3. Where's the 4th going to come from? Right there. And so that gives us that shape. This is unshaded because of the 2 by 2, so this comes out that way. Unshade that. So we've got this whole region all connected, can only escape through right there. This region is also isolated, so needs to escape through this tunnel only, giving us another eye. This isn't shaded. Are we shaded 2 by 2? So that forces this up here, but we can't have an eye touch another eye, so this couldn't extend south. It's got to go north, This gives us an unshaded cell. This comes out that way, giving us an L. And this whole area, all connected, but only can escape through here. And so we've got this coming out through here. And now in this region, we need to connect this big blob with this big blob. And we can only do that if we go as directly as possible, straight through these two cells. So we shade those two in, and that is how we solve a LITS.